Hello everybody! Today I'm going to give you a review on efficient breathing for singers, and this can apply pretty much for any genre of singing: classical, musical theater, jazz, rock, just about anything you can think about. This technique will be efficient and will work well for you and support your voice, which is what we want. So first of all, you got to think about your posture. Now, while we can sing in various postures, hunched over, whatever, in lying down, sitting down, the optimal way to sing, of course, is standing up. But if we are sitting down, we want the shoulders to be back and relaxed. Okay, pretty much staying in this position for all the breathing process. The chest is comfortably high. We're not poking it out like this. It's just comfortably high, and it's going to stay in this position the whole time. Okay, so if everything else in the body is in alignment, the back, the neck, the chin is parallel to the floor or thereabouts, this is your optimal posture here. Now, of course, you might be in situations where you're going to have to do different postures. You might be in a show where you're going to have to dance. You might be in a show where you have to sit in a certain way and you still have to sing. And that's okay. You'll learn how to take on those different postures and still have good, efficient breath. But this is your optimum posture for breathing, especially when you are still mastering the breath in the beginning stages or even into intermediate. So once you have this posture, keep it there. None of this is gonna move. None of it. Okay? Or if it does, only just very, very slightly. Okay? So after that, I want to think about loosening everything here. I'm not holding on to any tension. Oh, I'm not squeezing in, anything like that. I'm just letting go. Okay, another thing, when you breathe in, ideally, it's not going to be a loud breath. Sometimes you'll hear singers take in a very audible breath. An ideal breath is silent or very, very quiet. Okay, so looking out for that. Again, nothing here is going to collapse. When we run out of breath, we're not going to start collapsing here. This is going to stay up, comfortably high. All right, another thing to remember is do not fill up to the brim. Don't tank up with air. Don't take in the biggest breath that you can. That is actually not going to work well for you. You only want to take in as much breath as you need for the phrase. So if it's a short phrase, hello, how are you? I don't need that much breath. Whereas if I've got a really, really long phrase, I need to take in a little bit more air, right? But never to the brim. I shouldn't feel like a balloon that's about to pop, ever. All right? Now, some other things to remember. Once you've got your posture, you want to really focus on this whole upper abdominal area. Now, the lower abdominals might get involved as well, but that's where we fall into the pitfall a lot of times of belly breathing, where we get into pushing the belly in and out, which is not what we're going for. We're going for filling up the lungs all the way to the bottom, which causes a displacement in the internal organs in the abdominals. So when you take that breath in, you're going to notice maybe a little expansion here in the soft part of the belly. You're going to notice an expansion here on the sides. Okay, you should Feel a little expansion even into the back of the ribs here. All right, so that means that you're breathing efficiently. Now notice that my chest is not moving. My shoulders in this position may move just a little bit, but that's just because of the sideways expansion here. So in order to do this, I can't suck in the stomach. I can't suck in anything here. I gotta let all this go. Okay, don't worry about your waistline while you're singing. Let it go so that you can expand. Now, once I have filled up efficiently, again, not to the brim, I want to stay in this position for as long as possible. Okay, so I want to keep the ribs comfortably expanded, okay, until I run out of air. Now, when I run out of air, you might have noticed all I did was relax, okay? That's all I did. So I want to stay in that open position for as long as I can after I take that breath, and I'm going to gradually notice everything starting to come back into that original place, right, where I've let out my breath. Now, on the same token of don't fill up to the brim, don't let all of your air out of your body. That's when you're going to start to lose your form and your posture. So only use the breath that you're comfortable with using. Don't try to drain every last bit of air out of your body. Just get to that point where, okay, I'm ready to take another breath in and relax. Okay, that's all you have to do. So let's try this again. So I'm sort of squeezing here. I'm relaxing, keeping everything nice and soft. Thinking about breathing into this whole area, letting this expand. Keeping it there as long as I can. Shh. I'm feeling slowly, my hands are coming inward. Shh. And I'm out of breath, okay? Not completely out of breath, but I'm ready to take a breath, so I just relax. Let's do that again on that SH. Take your breath in. Okay, one more time here. Let's try to breathe this time without a very audible inhale. I didn't do a very good job of that. All right, so let's take in that inhale. So that is your efficient breathing there. Now, if you're not checking all of these boxes off, don't worry. It takes a while to coordinate all of this. But these are the main things you want to watch for. Okay, now here are some breathing exercises. Oh, here's some pitfalls to watch out for, right? Okay, so if my shoulders and my chest are moving up and down, that's one thing you want to watch out for. Practice in the mirror. That should not be happening. Really, the breath is quite subtle. When you have mastered breathing, people aren't going to notice that you're taking a big breath in because it's so low. There's no movement in the shoulders or chest that's noticeable. Okay? The other thing is don't suck in that stomach. Just allow that gut to hang out. Okay? Just embrace that body so that you can breathe your best. Okay? It's not the time to wear a corset or super tight clothing. Let let that body just hang out and be natural and soft. All right. So, and the other thing, we talked a little bit about belly breathing as well. It's not just pushing the stomach in and out. That's not effective either. So those are the things to watch out for. Okay, here are some other exercises that we can do to kind of help us get our breath engaged. All right. You might pretend that you have a dandelion in your hand and you are going to blow away those seeds. All right, it's springtime. It's about time to do that. So let's pretend we're taking in that breath. Again. So right there, I'm using a lot of breath at once. So I'm going to run out of air a good bit sooner. Now let's do this. Let's let the air out a little bit slower. Okay. So let's pretend that we're a train. All right, and we're gradually getting started up. Okay. So here we go. Here's our engine starting up. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, you might have a little sensation of a hardening there, hardening and release. That's a good thing. Okay, if you press here, you'll feel that expansion as you breathe in. All right, so these are some good things that you can do to really get that breath engaged. Here's some other exercises for you to do. These are kind of like my go-tos. All right, nice staccato notes. You can change up the vowel. You can do he 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 oops, sorry. Okay, all the while sort of monitoring that breath, making sure everything is working well. Those abdominals are engaging and relaxing as you breathe in and out. Okay, also, lip buzzes are really exceptionally good for the breath. So to maintain that buzz, we have to have nice soft tissue. The breath can't be rigid. Everything has to be the right balance of relaxed and energized. Okay, everything in singing is a balance. So let's try that. Make sure that posture stays nice and tall, but not super rigid as either. Okay, here we go. Okay. One other thing that you can do to really get energized is just try some unvoiced consonants. Anything like that can help you get energized there. Pretending to breathe through a straw or breathing through an actual straw. Anything that really helps you, helps you understand what's going on mentally and physically and allows you to do these things, whatever works for you, continue to practice those exercises and to study the anatomy behind it. A lot of times the actual anatomy behind all of this technique can really unlock what's actually going on, and can help you to connect to that physically and intellectually. So I hope this was a good maybe refresher for you, or maybe you're a beginner, you've never heard anything about breathing techniques for singers. It doesn't matter. This video is for everybody. Whether you are a beginner or advanced, we can all refresh ourselves in breathing because it's fundamental to every aspect of singing. Thanks so much for watching today, and I hope to see you very soon.